What's poppin'? Welcome back to Midwest Worlds, the Tubecast, episode 2. Man, I appreciate everybody sliding through, showing love, subbing and all that. I'm on my way to the grocery store. It's usually when I record these, like I said, I'm gonna do something on cam as well. You know what I mean? I'm on my way to get my lunch stuff for the week for work. But I'm going to do a little quick Tubecast for y'all real quick. So make sure you like, subscribe, share the content. I appreciate everybody showing up and everything like that. And I appreciate everybody who's returning, newcomers, and everyone who's listening and gonna listen, all right? Now, this is about the 2K series, right? Football. We already know they active in basketball. They just put out Top Spin 2K25. I got to get my hands on that still. I mean, it's not new, but it's new. It's the latest iteration. I got to get my hands on that. The only reason why I haven't got my hands on that one is because, from what I understand, you can only play the career mode online. I'm like, what? In tennis? Come on, man. So they got Cyber Monday deals and Black Friday deals going on. So I may get that for my Steam Deck first, and then I may, get that for console. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? But I am a tennis fan, and we will be playing those virtual tennises and all that, but I'm drifting. I'm drifting all off. Anyway, we talking about the 2K series as far as football. Now listen. The 2K series can still compete. All right? They can still compete. And I honestly feel like it's really based on if the fans will accept it, you know what I'm saying? But they could compete and still potentially put out a game better than Madden. Let me tell you, let me give y'all my Mr. Midwest, consolation, or you want to call it my advice, you know what I mean? Whatever the case is. Look, 2K, if y'all listening, if y'all even care, you know what I mean? I know I'm small time, but just listen, just check me out, right? They could come out with a generic game like, you gotta understand, right? No NFL license mean you got more freedom. You know what I'm saying? More freedom. Because for what I understand, they can't make an NFL sim game. Nobody ever said they couldn't make a football sim game. From what I understand. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But as far as football sim, I think they can do that. They can make, generic 32 teams with a deep creation suite, a creation tool. You know what I mean? I mean deep, I'm talking deep as far as creating teams and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? They can even take a page from Maximum Football, what they're doing as far as implementing the college style and the pro style. They can do all that. But I think the key is the franchise mode. I'm talking making that thing deep like NBA GM. You could have like how they got NBA GM, my NBA eras and all that. They can't do eras, but just the way the infrastructure of my NBA is, they did something like that with the football, with the 2K football, as far as salary cap, ticket prices, stadium maintenance, you know what I mean? All that good stuff, you know what I mean? The whole key of this game will be the graphics and the gameplay and making it sim. Look, they could even have a story mode if they wanted to, but if the fans just accept the fact that it's not real NFL teams or real NFL players, I mean, they probably could do something like how they did in All Pro Football 2K8, but that's not even necessary. I don't even think you need the real players at all. You could just have a bunch of generics. A lot of people like to create, man. The key would be that creation tool. I mean, I'm talking about edit any and everything on the uniform, the player, all of that. Making sure that game, look, all Pro Football 2K8 was dope. They already got the infrastructure down on how to build a football game. Now, mind you, that came out in 2K8. I don't know what they've been doing, if they even been working on or keeping everything polished or anything. I don't know what they've been doing as far as in the football space, except that 2K football card game. You know what I'm saying? But if they just went into the generic, if they went to that generic lane and had dope teams dope team concepts. I mean, you can still compete with Madden, having dope stadiums. I'm talking about like, this state. I mean, you can do everything. It's just not real football teams. That's all. I think they can still get in the game and compete and probably be better, because this is the thing. And look, a lot of sports gamers are casual, so they don't want to go in there and deal with all the creating and all that stuff. I understand that, but you put all the mechanics that you have, like an NBA 2K with the franchise mode, 80-year franchises, added in the scout class or the draft classes and all of that. Man, listen, man, they can compete. They can compete, literally, you know what I'm saying? And really be challenging Madden. The only thing Madden will have over them is real teams. And if they polish their game up so nice to the point to where, the mechanics is so cold, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't even matter. The only difference is, they got the real NFL players, but if you really think about it, your game would never really get old besides the mechanics, because you're not dealing with real players. So if you put out a generic game with, generic teams, players and all that, but the mechanics was so official, the graphics was dope, the creation is dope, the franchise is real deep, even like, online tournaments and online seasons and all that stuff, man, who cares if you don't got the real players? And you already know how that's gonna go with the creation suite, especially if you share. They gonna, the players gonna get in there and handle their business and create the real deal anyway. So you don't really necessarily need it, you know what I'm saying? Because you got some talented guys out there to be making some dope. I mean, you already starting to see it in Maximum Football that you're starting to see mods with the real logos and all that. And, just look it up, So, and if you look at Football Simulator on PC, you see the type of mods they got going on. So, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, they put out a generic title. You got the guys that's gonna come in there and you're gonna have your dedicated dudes who come in there and edit everything, create everything. And if there's a roster share, you in the business. So you wouldn't even need to deal with Madden. There's ways around this thing. You already know that. There's ways around it. But maybe they don't want to I don't know, maybe they don't want to put the money in it, or maybe they just feel like they can compete against the Titan that is Madden. But I do feel like they have a deep franchise. I'm talking deep. You know what I mean? Any and everything. I'm talking almost head coach. You know what I'm saying? NFL head coach type stuff. I'm talking deep. You do something like that, have that franchise deep. You can even have a story mode and all that. And then you don't have to play it safe either. You don't have to play it safe. You do a little story mode or something and have it a little, man, listen, some any given Sunday type stuff. Look, man, they could do a lot. They could do a whole lot, because at the end of the day, when you have NBA license or NFL license, you are bottlenecked for what you can do, honestly, as far as like how far you want to go with stories and all that. Like, you see what they did with Fight Night Champion, but that's boxing. You know what I'm saying? Boxing, that's not necessarily, something that's kid friendly. You know what I'm saying? That's not, actually, it's not kid friendly. I'm not even gonna say it's not necessarily. Boxing is not kid friendly. It's a corrupt sport, all that. So that story mode fits. You know what I mean? But football, I mean, you got Pee Wee League and all that stuff, but technically, you could say it's not kid friendly, and the stuff that happen behind the scenes. They can create a story mode with the crazy stuff that be happening behind the scenes and all that, man. They can really do something dope, man. They could do something dope. And then as far as the soundtrack goes, listen, I'm available. I'm available. Listen, I think 2K got enough juice, to be able to get any song, or at least 90% of the songs they want on their game. License. I mean, obviously they got to get the license and all that good stuff. And if anybody knows about my old channel, I was putting together fantasy soundtracks all the way up to 2K24, right? So, I feel like I can make the best soundtracks for them. I could select the perfect mix as far as hip hop and, rock and everything like that, because football is both. You can put hip hop, rock, and all that stuff in there. You know what I'm saying? It's not just based around hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It's not just based around rock and like that. But listen, man, I feel like I could pick the best stuff, and it's not none of the modern stuff. I'm talking about the best music. I feel like I could do that. Bring me along to put together that soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? You know, y'all put all that stuff in the game as far as like deep franchise. Make sure the graphics official. Make sure that gameplay is super sim. You know what I mean? Like how, you know, there's some things that could be cleaned up and obviously in all pro football 2K8, but make sure that that game is simulation based. Like keep it as far away from arcade as possible. You know what I'm saying? I know it's not going to be easy to do that. I'm just saying, you know, make sure that creation tool is deep. I'm talking deep, from the players to the uniforms, all that. Even create a stadium, create stadiums and all that. Make sure the fans got like some Fire Pro style creation, maybe even deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? That game, even if they didn't make it year to year, that game will have some longevity just for the simple fact it's not real players. See, there's an advantage to not having the real players. You don't have to be year to year with it. You can come out every 2 years or whatever the case is and just keep updating that game. 2K can compete in the football field or in the football space. They can come back and compete. If they just implement those things, I think at this point, the fans will accept it. They see 2K on a football sim title, I think the fans will accept it. And if you need, like, look how Blitz did. They had Lawrence Taylor endorsing their game. Lawrence Taylor was in the game. So if you want to do like a story mode and have it featuring like a past legend, why not? Why not? I'm not saying you don't need them, but it'll be a nice bonus it'll be a bonus to have legends in there. You know what I'm saying? You know, it'd be a bonus. You know, I know Maximum Football had Doug Flutie. You know what I'm saying? You could throw. Look, man. I mean, it'd be hard though. You know what I'm saying? You have Michael Vick and I'm just saying. Look, they could do something like that. You know what I mean? Have a story mode. Have it feature one of the past legends. You can have a story mode where Michael Vick is the main guy or something like that. Or he featured in there and he on the cover. You can do something like that. You know what I'm saying? So 2K can't compete. They just, you know, the fans have to accept it being generic because it looks like the license agreement as far as with the NFL and Madden go to 2020. They're going to keep pushing it as long as they can. And at this point, why wait? You know what I mean? Why wait? Why wait? Just go ahead and and put out that generic, the game with the generic players, the generic teams, and listen, you got the free range to do whatever you want to do. And that's the thing. You got so much creativity you could play with. You know what I mean? You can really make your game better than Madden because you're not bottlenecked. You have no rules here. You know what I'm saying? You have no rules here. I mean, the way I would do it, I'd probably have an elite rated team. I'd probably have a story mode in there. You know what I mean? Elite rated team, make it real juicy. You know what I'm saying? I'd do something like that. You know, I have a story mode to where you can play with you can make a quarterback or a running back, receiver. On defense, probably do a safety, a lineman, or something like that. You know what I mean? You can, man, there's so many options, man, that you can play with as far as a game like that. The key is making sure that gameplay is sim-based, realistic, make sure them graphics is top-notch, and make sure that creation tool is elite, and make sure the franchise mode is deep and elite, and make sure them online leagues is on point. And I think, and I really do believe that they can compete, if not be better than Madden. And even with the announcing, let's get to the announcing, right? There's a lot of guys that's working on want to be announcers. You got guys on YouTube that's nice, you know what I'm saying? That you can get those guys to announce the game, you know what I'm saying? And have them record dialogue and make it real fluid. You can have your own. You don't have to get the guys that's on TV. You can get dudes that's coming up and have them as announcers. You can have multiple announcing teams, you know what I'm saying? You can have your halftime show, you know what I mean? You can find guys to do this, you know what I'm saying? You can have a halftime show, all that. You can do all of that. It's just not NFL based. And with it not being NFL based, you got free range to do whatever the F you want to do. I had me a nice juicy story mode. I mean, if you don't want to make it MA, I understand that. But, you know, I'll at least make it teen and have that thing juicy. Have it deep, have it dope, you know what I'm saying? Have it be consequential with things. If you didn't reach this milestone, the story changes. You know what I'm saying? Story modes, you gotta accomplish certain things for the story modes to go this way, that way. So it could be you have some replayability, man. Listen, y'all can do it. Y'all can do it. I'm telling you right now, if y'all do it, y'all got my support 100%. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely available to put together a soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? Have that soundtrack created by Mr. Midwest. You know what I'm saying? So I'm available for that. You know what I mean? I'm available for that. If y'all need somebody to put together the soundtrack, you know what I mean? Y'all ain't got to deal with that. I can do that. You know, I can do that. So make sure, I'm just saying, if y'all do it, support. You got my support, you know what I'm saying? And I'm quite sure the fans will support this. I'm quite sure they'll support this. I know everybody won't, but I'm quite sure they'll support this. And even if it start off slow, you do not have to drop it every year. You don't have to do that. You can put it out and it could be a slow roast. It could be a slow roast. It could be a slow build. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would do. So 2K, hopefully y'all do it because, I mean, yeah, Madden is not a bad football game at all, but now they got the college now. So with them having the college space and the NFL space, cool. Y'all can still be in the game with football. Y'all can still deal. And listen, y'all probably could get real, look, y'all could probably still get real branded endorsers in this probably. I don't know how that, I'm thinking you probably still can, like Adidas and all that. Y'all probably can still get them in the game. I don't think they're exclusive to games. You could probably get Adidas and all that. As far as equipment, you know what I'm saying? Y'all probably can still do that. So the only thing you don't have is the NFL. Y'all can do it, man. Y'all can do it. 2K, y'all can do it, man. Get back out there, man. Put out that generic title, man. Y'all can do it, man. And listen, hire me for the soundtrack, man. All right? Make sure you like, subscribe, share the content. I greatly appreciate everybody for tuning in and listening. Peace.